welcome to another episode of JB360. Got another one here for you guys today. A little bit of a different video. As you guys can notice, I have a different bike in front of me. I am currently riding the Talaria XXX, also known as the X3. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why I currently have this bike. It's a very interesting story, but I figured I'd explain to you guys sooner rather than later because you'll notice some changes to my channel in terms of the bikes that are going to be on it. So yeah, if you guys caught Mr. E's video that featured me and the Razor, you notice I didn't at the time let him try out the Razor, and I'll explain why in a minute. So a couple weeks ago, we actually went on a small little local group ride with some of the Staten Island crew. And you know, we were pretty much just doing our little regular route, doing like a 15-20 mile just roundabout throughout the island. And at one point, one of the riders that was with us, who's actually a good friend of mine, I'm not gonna mention his name, he wanted to try out my Kotto, the 72 volt Kotto. And that bike is super torquey, and I mentioned, this is a super high powered bike. I don't have a 3-speed switch on it, so it just goes one mode, and that's usually how I build my bikes. He tried the bike out. He was going around in a little circle, and then there was at one point where he did whiskey throttle the Kotto, and he got seriously hurt, guys. He ended up going to the hospital. We had to get EMS to pick him up, and it was just I'm not going to go through some of the details, but it was pretty bad because he did need surgery. So yeah, he's doing a lot better after the surgery. I visited him last week. We were just talking it up, pretty much, just seeing how he was doing. So he's doing better. So in terms of the Kotto, the frame is actually busted. I can't use it. I can't reuse it. The seat, actually, where the seat is, the seat post, that part of the frame actually bent up, almost like a tuna can. So that frame is unusable. I don't feel safe using it. That build is pretty much done. You won't be seeing the Kotto on the channel anymore. So, our friend, he felt bad, and basically, we were just kind of talking, and, I was just, I obviously wanted to make sure he was safe, before we talked about anything, in terms of, building my bike up or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure he was good, with his health and everything like that. So we ended up coming to the conclusion of basically him pretty much lending me his XXX. So he wanted to give this to me in terms of pretty much like a payment for the build. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention, in terms of salvageable parts, so the Kotto battery and the controller are still pretty good. The motor, I haven't been able to fully test out the motor yet, but I think it might be okay. I'm not too sure because it was stuttering a little bit. I'm hoping none of the magnets are loose or whatnot inside the frame of the motor. But anyways, back to the XXX. So he felt really bad, and it was just he pretty much was like, listen, just take the XXX, use it, build it, or rebuild it if you want. So yeah, I mean, I pretty much accepted. And so yeah, guys, I have the Talaria XXX with me in my possession. I'm honestly not sure how to approach this, mainly because the amp hours are pretty limited in terms of this frame, this frame right here, where the battery insert goes. I got this battery quoted out at a couple of places, and the most that you could put in this is about 42 amp hours. And that's with P42As and at about, I think, like a 350 amp BMS. So honestly not too bad. So I'm kind of like rethinking this, maybe if I want to go that route of, you know, upgrading the battery, possibly replacing the stock motor, putting in a Surron FW1 motor. Again, this is my sort of like my introductory to like mid-drive motors. I haven't really worked with them too much. I've worked on like a surron for like maybe like 20 minutes before. So mid-drives are a little bit new to me, but you know, me as someone that likes to build these e-bikes, definitely want to take on the challenge. So thinking of replacing the motor with a FW01 motor, and also swapping out this controller, the stock controller, for a far driver, possibly a 72680. They actually make one that kind of fits the front part of this plate really nice. I think the mounting holes are the same. I have to confirm that, but possibly putting a 72680 over here, and pretty much making this, you know, upgrading it to 72 volts, and yeah, making this pretty much like a supercharged XXX. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you know anybody that's upgraded them. I know if you guys follow Pat Outdoors on YouTube, he's done some work with the nuclear controller on his XXX. I think he like capped out at about like 60 or 70 if I'm not mistaken, but I definitely think this bike can push more with the right components swapped out. All right, guys, so actually we're on our way to go meet up with some Staten Island people, a few Staten Island people. So we're gonna meet with them over on the Bayonne Bridge. So yeah, let's get a move on. One thing I will say about the stock XXX motor, it is super loud. I think it might actually be louder than the Surron. We are currently on the Bayonne Bridge bike path, and we are really high up. Check it out, guys. Bayonne Bridge. This bridge connects Staten Island to New Jersey. One of two bridges that connect Staten Island to Jersey.
So I'm reading?
Yeah, you okay with that?
Alright, I'm alright with that.
Alright, guys, so we met up with Mr. E, as well as Johnson, who's on the Ultra B behind me, and Garouche, who is on the Stealth Bomber, my old Stealth Bomber. You guys remember, I had the white Stealth Bomber, the QS 273, and I actually had sold the Stealth Bomber to Garouche. And reason being is I was pretty much running out of space in my house, and the Stealth Bomber was one of the bigger bikes that I really like riding. The only thing, it was just like, it was too big for me. You know, in terms of size, in terms of weight, it was hard to kind of bring around, especially in the city. Garouche was actually looking to sell his Surron because he wanted something that was already high powered and didn't really need any more upgrades. So I decided to sell the Bomber and give Garouche a crazy high-powered bike. So he's been riding the Bomber for quite a while now. I'm gonna stay behind these guys because they're definitely faster than me. But anyways, back to the Stealth Bomber. He's been really happy with it. I'll even throw in some footage for you guys on how crazy we got this thing tuned.
Oh, you got mollywalked. Oh, you got mollywalked. Oh, you got mollywalked. You got mollywalked. Oh my God, you got mollywalked.
really insane how much power is coming from that QS motor.
How do you like the bike?
Smooth,
right?
Smooth, yeah. I'm still like, you know, like this is kind of my first mid-drive in a way. So, but it's nice. Yeah. That motor's loud though. the stock motor.
What's the battery?
It's a 40 amp hour, 60 volt. So yeah, that's the story with the Bomber. Why you don't see it on the channel as often. Had to part ways with it. Because I have too many bikes. But yeah, going back to earlier with the Talaria, and also why I didn't let Johnny ride the Razor. I was still a little nervous because of what happened to our friend, which is why I did not at the time let Johnny try the bike out. One thing I do like about the XXX though is the size. It's like a really nice compact design. The seat height is very low compared to the Surron, which is a little bit higher. Yeah, this thing with more power would be awesome, I think. Just because of its size alone. I'm just not I'm not confident enough in the range. 42 amp hours is a little bit low for something like high powered. But yeah guys, if I end up doing this XXX project, it'll probably be for the summertime or something like that. You know, if I decide to keep it or if I possibly sell it. And you know, that's also another possibility, mainly because for my next build I really wanted to do an e-moto, like a possible like 84 volt or 96 volt e-moto. And I was looking at the Segway Cyber. I had actually seen it in person. My good friend actually that was in the accident showed it to me, and he has a bike, and that thing it looks awesome. Like, it really looks like a straight up motorbike. So if I, you know, end up, you know, either selling the bike, I'll possibly invest in a Segway Cyber, because that battery compartment is huge. That thing can actually can fit a good amount of cells within the bottom of that frame. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh, I have this. Look.
But I didn't bring a charger there, as you can see.
Oh, you don't
I
need it.
watch my voltage.
You got your P45Bs, man. You're good.
They died too, you know.